Welcome back. This is the Whiskey Couch in a chilly, wintry Pretoria, South Africa. I am Gustav.
And I'm Elna.
And we are your hosts for this whiskey tasting and food pairing review number 179 video. And it is also the first whiskey in this third bracket of 12-year-old single malt whiskies that we are going to review and that we're going to do food pairings on. Number one in this third bracket of 12-year-old single malts, of which there are 5 lined up here behind us. Number one is the Edradour 12-year-old Caledonia. From the Edradour distillery, founded in 1825, and it is situated in the Southern Highlands of Scotland. Let me just see if I can find it on the map right there. I'm going to show you, sorry Anna, I'm going to block everything out, but it is around about there on the Scotland map. So you can see here the lowlands, the highlands, and around about there is the Edradour distillery, and it is owned by Signatory Vintage Scotch Malt Whisky Company. Edradour 12-year-old single malt Caledonia, named after Dougie Maclean's famous song, but also Caledonia used to be the Roman name for the area that we today know as being Scotland. And this particular expression matured in ex-Bourbon and ex-sherry casks, mainly ex-sherry casks, bottled at 46% alcohol by volume. That is the bottle right there. Non-chill filtered, natural color. And we have the gift tube here behind us. This is the beautiful gift tube. Right there with a lot of information there at the back. And if it's non-chill filtered, natural color, then I'm always happy because that means a lot more flavor. Slanger. Here we go. Look at this. A beautiful dark golden color. I'm just going to see if I can get some legs going here for you. Almost like a chestnut color. Maybe there's some legs forming. I can't see that far on the glass. But you can see there a beautiful chestnut color. And on the nose, there's a bit of a sherry influence, but I'm getting more stewed plums, dried fruit.
I agree with the sherry, but I also know some earthiness.
Yes.
I would say a little bit. Will it be sour plums? Or something sour?
Earthiness and sour plums and marmalade.
But
probably
sherry as well.
Sherry from the sherry cask, marmalade from the ex-Bourbon casks. There's also honey for me personally. Caramelized brown sugar. It's quite an interesting nose. Anything else that you're getting?
Also the caramel. I'd say caramel. Yeah, you say caramel brown sugar.
Caramel and caramelized brown sugar on the palate. I'm getting like the sweet sherry and then vanilla and honeyed nuts.
I also get the spicy, a little bit of spiciness and a little bit of pepper. So the finish, a little bit of pepper.
Sort of at the back end.
At the back, yeah.
Together with the orange zest for me, there's this spicy pepperiness. But a malty, a very malty dram. Salted caramel, I don't know if I've said that. Medium long finish, as I'm sitting here after the first sip, medium long finish, it's quite mouth coating. But what lingers for me is the sweet and spicy. Sweet and spicy.
Yeah.
And then towards the dryish finish, there's a bit of a savoury note as well.
I like the sweetness, and then there's something spicy. It's not totally sweet.
Balances.
Not totally spicy, but it jumps around.
It gives you that balance. I'm also getting a bit of a coffee note, but I usually get that with sherried whiskies matured in ex-sherry casks, the chocolate and the coffee notes. So a bit of water added to this 46% ABV. Let's see what the effect is. See on the glass there the effect of the water, the oiliness. So after the water, I'm getting more of that sour plum that you got before the water.
Yeah, it's a little bit stronger now, but still nice.
That's interesting. And then if you let it go for a while, there's this sweet sherry, almost like candied sherry.
The caramel is also stronger now for me. The caramel.
And on the palate. Smooth, delicious, more dark chocolate. This is the way to go for this. For the Caledonia 12-year-old Edradour is to add a bit of water. It's lovely after a few drops of water. I would say that my summary for this whiskey would be full, rich, sweet and spicy, and slightly savoury. And the cost in South Africa around 900 to 1,000 rand, £55 in the UK. And if you want to pair this whiskey with a food snack, and we are still sticking to our crepe theme in this 12-year-old range that we're doing in various brackets. But this time around for this bracket, we are going with a crepe pocket instead of rolled crepes. So we've got a crepe pocket, and in this crepe pocket we have none other than spare rib meat. Because of the sweet and spiciness and the slightly savoury sour plum note in this whiskey, it lends itself towards being paired with something like a sweet and sticky rib meat crepe. So that's why we're going for this. Just to make it easier on camera, we've got 2 snack bites that we can use. So let's see how this goes. Wonderful. It's always fascinating for me if you've chosen the right pairing as you experience the flavors in your mouth and your nose. The whiskey, you can already tell if it is going to be a match. It is fantastic.
Good. Very good.
It brings out the maltiness, it brings out the coffee notes for me, and the chocolate notes. This is a fantastic pairing. I would give it, how much would you give it out of 5? But you like it out of 10.
I like it out of 10. I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5. I was thinking 4 out of 5 for this pairing. A very decent dram right here. Edradour Caledonia 12-year-old. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful adventure. And if you like this, click the like button, subscribe, invite your friends. And we will see you in the next video, which is going to be the second one in this third bracket of 12-year-old single malt whiskies. Until then, sláinte.
Sláinte.